You said your name's Katie?
Yeah.
You go to school here, Wayne State?
Yes.
Okay, ask you what you're studying?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering? Oh, great. First engineer I've talked to. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how open-minded would you say you are?
Probably like an 8.
An 8? All right, cool. Do you think you should look at both sides of an argument before making a decision?
Yes.
All right. Do you trust your senses?
Mostly.
Like crossing the street or whatnot, putting your clothes on? All right, cool. Do you trust the government? No? Do you think the majority is always right?
The majority? No.
No?
I think there's always two sides to everything.
All right. How do you think everything came to be? Do you believe in like creationism, Big Bang, or don't have a belief on it?
I've always been more of a science girl, so I'm more, I don't know how the planet formed personally, but I know I believe in like evolution. It's like,
Well, my wife teaches evolution or whatnot. All right, so I mean, she teaches psychology, biology. All right. What's your definition of science?
I feel like science, my definition of science is probably, it's like
Would you say it should
the
be a
foundation of like every living organism. I feel like that's what science is.
You think science should be observable, measurable, testable, and repeatable?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Do you think science should ever be a closed book?
No.
All right. What's the difference between a belief and a knowing?
I feel like a knowing is a knowing you have like data to like prove it's provable, but a belief is something that you can like think about and like hope in, but it's like you can't prove.
All right. Would you agree data could be manipulated though too, possibly, right? And to
Yeah.
all right. Would you say knowing? To me, like a knowing would be there's two entities here talking right now.
Yeah.
That's a knowing for sure. Like that's definitely 100%. All right. All right. Here's the big question. What shape do you think the Earth is? Do you believe it's an oblate spheroid? Do you believe it's flat? Do you believe it's without form or some other shape?
It is more like, I think it's like an amoeba, because it's like kind of like
What?
more of like a, like kind of like a circle, but there's
Like-
differences in like the altitude and like mountains, so there's definitely going to be like peaks and
All right. So you believe like what the mainstream's telling us, like it's a spherical object going around the sun or whatnot?
yeah.
All right. Can I ask you why you believe that?
That's just what I personally believe. I just like, I don't want to say I trust like NASA fully, but like I do when I see the pictures of like pictures and stuff of the Earth from space. It does look spherical. I don't think it's flat. I think it's definitely like
Yeah.
a sphere going around the sun.
A
Yeah.
picture. Like if I told you I could fly right now, but I can only show you me flying on video, would you believe I could fly?
You could fly personally?
Me personally, but I can fly, but I can only show you video footage of me flying. Would you believe it?
Probably not.
So a picture you think is good enough? You think?
I mean, yeah.
But
For
not of me
that.
flying, but for
Because not you flying. It's like I don't think humans will ever be able to like just like levitate and fly. Like,
fair enough. All right. Do you know anything about fluid dynamics? How liquids behave
yeah.
in our reality? Would you agree it's 1,000,000% fact that any liquid will take the shape of its container and level out?
Yes.
All right. If the Earth's covered in over 72% water, how could it be an oblate spheroid?
I guess not like a complete sphere, but like I guess the gravitational pull kind of keeps it in one place, and there's like a lot of like gravity and stuff. I don't know.
Would you be able to practically demonstrate water can form in the exterior shape, though, you think? In a lab or anything like that?
Possibly.
I've never seen it done yet, but I mean, maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
All right. Do you think we breathe the same stuff in space?
No.
No. They tell us space is a vacuum, and it's the closest thing to a negative pressure system we get. We live in a positive pressure system. I go to science again, and it tells me it's basically physically impossible for our atmosphere to stay adjacent to the vacuum of space without a solid barrier. Could you give me a practical example of two opposing pressure systems existing side by side without a solid separation?
No.
No?
It's not me.
No? All right. Do you know the difference between eclipses? Like a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse? You know what they are?
Yeah.
You want to go over them real quick, or you know what they are?
I believe I know what they are.
All right, a solar. Well, I'll just go over just in case. Solar eclipse is when the moon goes in front of the sun.
Yeah.
All right, then can you hold your hands out right in front of me, like from side both of them? We'll say the Earth's in between your hands. This a lunar eclipse. They tell us, if you believe in the mainstream or whatever, it's the sun's shadow casted on the moon, and it's always a spherical object during a lunar eclipse at nighttime. We can agree on that? Like that's what the mainstream will tell us what you believe or whatever. Would you agree the sun's round?
No.
You don't think the sun's round?
I think it's perfectly round.
When you look at it at the daytime, you don't think it's round?
It looks round. Well, I try not to look at the sun.
Well,
My
no,
eyes
it's
are
not
really-
good. But I mean, if you ever take a quick look at it, would you say it kind of looks
it
at least
like
circular?
yeah, it looks circular, but I know it's a star, which is just gas, so it's just an accumulation of.
All right. Would you be able to disprove though that for a lunar eclipse, it's actually the sun blocking out the moon and not the Earth's shadow?
I can't disprove that. I don't have the capabilities. to
Capabilities?
do that.
All right. All right. You know what the star Polaris is?
No.
It's the North Star. It's right in the middle of us. I like to say it's like a realm. You ever seen the movie The Matrix before?
No, but I've heard it.
It's a pretty good movie. But anyhow, like possibly without form. I don't know. Maybe it's an old late story. I'm open to whatever. But it's a fact. You can look at the North Star, and stars do perfect geocentric circles around it, basically. So how would you be able to disprove this North Star vibrates back and forth a little bit, but it doesn't move. It only stays star up there. How would you be able to disprove everything spinning around us causing the Coriolis effect? The moon pushes the tides, the sun contracts the tides. If you shoot a bullet west from the sun there, it's going to dip down. I say that's based off a false axiom. You shoot a bullet west at nighttime when the moon there, it's going to bounce up. And the lunar eclipse is actually the sun block, not the moon. Would you be able to prove me wrong?
I think so.
No. You know what a logical fallacy is?
No.
If we were at a tennis court right now, and I threw a bunch of tennis balls on the ground right now, would that turn the tennis court into a round ball? No? So just because you see circles in the sky, that means you're living on a ball?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No?
Yeah.
So would you say it's a belief or a knowing that the Earth's a round ball?
Believe.
It's a belief? Can't argue with that. All right, thank you very much for your time.